Hello guys, welcome to the OnlineITtuts.com. My name is Asif Ali. In this video I'm going to show you how to design login form with the help of HTML5 and CSS3. I have designed the login form, so I want to share the knowledge how you can design the login form. So here you can see the login form display on my screen. Then I use the background image and second image, and I use the two text boxes and one button, and with some fonts, icon, right? So let's start to understand how to design it. So I close this project because I will tell you step by step how you can do it. Here I have made another folder named login form design, and I have already images available on this folder, login and technology. So first step, we need to open the text or code editor to write the code. So I save the file first and select my login form design folder and enter the file name. I enter the file name index.html, and I write basic syntax of HTML, and then I use the title right. Then we will use the design the write or create the basic HTML form. So let's start to first I use div and assign the class container, because we will use to container class to design this div. And then I use form, and I again use the class form underscore input, and I use div again, and I use this class on here because I do not use form to design, but we will use to design the text boxes. So I use form input class name, and between the starting and closing div tag we need to write the input text box, type text and then name text, and placeholder I write the enter the username, right? And I use another div and use the same class, and I write another input box, but this time we will use password, name password, and placeholder password, right? After the closing form tag, before the closing form tag, you need to write the another input button, type button, submit, and value login, and I assign the class login form btn login, right? Save the file and then open the project. I close the first project. Here you can see the input text boxes and button display on the browser. So the next step, we need to create the style sheet. So I press Ctrl and save the file. I make the CSS folder style.css, and I check the CSS folder CSS file. I simply use body and body color. We will check the link up or relation style sheet to make a relationship or link up with HTML document style sheet, and use the folder name and file name. Save the file, open the browser, and here you can see it, the CSS file has worked as well. So I close this code and write again body. First we need to import the image on background. So first I use margin auto 0 and auto and background image URL image double dot and then image, and my image name is technology.jpg, right? So I save the file and then I open the browser, but I can't see the image. Why? Because I do not use the space. Here you can see the image display on the browser, but this image has repeated again and again. So I want to use background repeat property to remove the repetition on the image. Here you can see no image repeated. Then I assign the size of background image size. I use 100 pixel width and 720 pixel height. Save the file, and then you can see it, the image with 100 pixel and height 720 pixel, right? So let's set up this div. So copy this div and then write dot sign, paste here. First we need to write the width 500 pixel and height 450 pixel, sorry, and then save the file. And then we use text align and the center. So I check the but I can't see because I do not use the background color. So I use again margin 0 and auto, and I use background color. Background color we will use on the best website. I will share you flat color. You just write the flat color keyword in Google, then you can see here the first link display on the search engine. Then you need to open this website and simply click any color to pick the color. I like this color. I copy this color and go to my and paste here. Save the file, and then I open the project, and then you can see it, the div has display on the browser colorful. So the next step we need to use margin top, because I want to this div display on below. I use 160 pixel. So save the file and open the here you can see it, the div has display on the front browser. Then we need to I use this color on smooth slowly display on the browser. So what I can do, I just copy this color code, and then I go to W3 School and open the website W3 School, and then go to color picker, and then paste the code here, and select this color, RGB color, RGB, and then you need to paste here, but you need to write A again. After the write A, you need to enter the comma after the 80 and assign the opacity. Opacity means how to light the color. For example, I want to display this color on 7 time, and here you can see it, the color has lighted, right? Then the next step, we need to design the input text boxes. So I use, but I want to display the image on here above the input text boxes. So I go to my HTML document, and then I use, after the container detect, I call image tag source, and image is available on image folder .png, and then here you can see the image display on the div portion. Then we will use to set up the image, so I call container .image and assign the width 150 pixel and height 150 pixel, and then margin, I use margin top -150, right? And then save the file, right? Then you can see it, the image looking so nice on the browser. So the next step, we need to set up the input text boxes. So I use input, and then I use first margin top 30 pixel, and then check it, okay, and then height 45 pixels, and I use width 30 pixel 300 pixels. So save the file and then open that. Here you can see it, the text boxes, and also button button width has displayed the same way on the text boxes. Don't worry, I will tell you how to set up it. So I use where here, so I use simply bracket and use the type text and enter comma and input, and use again type password. So save the file, browser, and check. Here you can see the button has display on normal size. So okay, so let's set up the input form. So I use font size 80 pixel and margin bottom, and then 20 pixel, and background color I use white, right? And then padding left, we will use the awesome font icons to display the icons on here. So I use the padding 40 pixel. So I save the file and then refresh the page. Here you can see the font size has large, and here you can see the display space display on here and here. And I use bottom bottom margin, then here you can see the space display between text box and button, right? Then the next step, we need to use awesome font. So you need to go on Google and search the font awesome. Open the first link and then download. Click on download button. No thanks, just for download. Okay, because I have used many times. Open the folder, copy, cut the folder, and then go to the desktop and login form portion and paste here. Right click here, extract here, and then remove the zip folder. Then we need to use the font awesome and CSS files, but I use CSS folder and cut the CSS files and paste on my personal folder CSS, so I paste here. Then the next step, we need to cut the fonts folder and paste on your personal folder. Then you don't need to use it, so I just remove the awesome font. Then the next step, you need to link up this CSS file, so I right click on it and copy the name of this CSS file, copy, and I use the link relationship style sheet ref and CSS slash your CSS file name. Then we will use to display the icon on the text boxes, so we need to call this div, copy it and paste here, and write double columns and then before keyword, and then you need to write content. You will get the content code on, open the CSS file on here. Then you need to search the any code. For example, I want to use user code, so I scroll here. Here you can see the content I mean user icon code has F007. Copy it and go to personal CSS file and paste it, and then write the terminator, and then you need to write font family, font okay, I use double quotation, font awesome, and then padding left, but I check the input text boxes icons. Here you can see it, the two icons display on the text boxes, so we will set up on the text boxes. So first step, we need to write the padding left. Padding left, I write the 40 I think, padding left, okay, I use the 7 pixel, sorry, left, and padding top, because I want to display the icons on the it means between the text box borders, so I use the padding top. Padding top, I use 35 pixel and use position absolute, and then I use font size 35 pixel. I check the icons Okay, here you can see it, the two icons display the on text boxes, but this and this is not showing perfectly. So we will set up on it. So first I use color. I pick the color on the hair. Okay, paste here, and then I check the error where is I created the error. So the font awesome doesn't display on the font awesome .min.css. Okay, so users, I check the error. Where is our error? Here you can see the no icon display the text boxes. So I check the HTML file, and then I check the style sheet and style. Okay, here you can see the style sheet. I made the mistake. I do not use H word, so I think this is a mistake. So I refresh the page, and here you can see the two icons display on the browser on the text boxes. So the next step, we need to change the second text box icon. So what I can do, I go to my CSS folder file, and I write the again form input, and then colon, and then I use child, and I use 2 because this is a second, and double colon before. Okay, and we use content, and content I go to my CSS folder, and I find the code of lock. Here you can see it, the lock if lock, this is a code of lock. So I copy the code, paste it, save the file, and let's check it. Here you can see the lock sign is shown on our text boxes, but you know about the space between the text box and icons. So I use to padding top, I use 40 pixel. Okay, that's great. I think that's perfect. So the next step, we need to set up the login form. So I just simply call .ptn. This is a class, and I use padding only for 150 pixel and 25 pixel width, right? And then border, I use border none, and then background color, I use the background color on here, copy it and paste it. So I check the login form, and I change the color white. I use FFF white. So I just check it. Here you can see it, the login form has displayed very well on the browser. So I think I don't think, but I hope you are understood as well how to design the login form. So we are used the W3 schools to color picker and fillet UI to pick up the background or colors codes, and we have used the font ISM to display the icons on the text boxes. So this is a very simple video tutorial of HTML5 and CSS3. I hope you are understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe my channel for getting updates.